Hi, I'm Chris with the Morel Mushroom Club. This is a video Morel report for April 30th, 2019. Just got back from Indiana recently, had the Indiana foray. Did really well in Indiana. Already got the video posted. Prior to that was Missouri, since the last video Morel report. Had a freeze line in Missouri. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is the reports for this past 7-10 days. Arizona, finding some morels there. California, landscape morels and some blacks in the north. Colorado, finding some morels in Colorado. Around 5,500 feet. Idaho, finding morels around 2,500 feet. I'm going there. I'm headed to Ohio this coming weekend for the Ohio foray. The following weekend is the northwestern Illinois foray. Illinois been doing real well, and here's some pictures from there. Indiana. Indiana's blowing up right now. We just had the foray there. Here's a little bit of pictures of the foray as well.
I see it! Oh, I see it! It's right there! How exciting! Oh, it's beautiful!
It's getting hot.
Iowa's starting to come on and spread northward. Mostly small grays. Kansas is at peak right now. Kansas is doing real well all over. I had the first little report of a landscape morel in Maine. Maryland, finding grays, some yellows close to the coast, and blacks higher elevation. Massachusetts, finding some morels there too. Michigan, it is very slow progression in the north, and Michigan is going slow. The southern half of the state, there's grays in the south and blacks in the central part, and tiny babies in the north. going very slow there. I think we're going to hit it on the Michigan foray absolutely perfectly. Minnesota. There's a couple reports already this past 7 days in Minnesota. Missouri. The South is past peak now. Central Missouri is doing really well, but there was a freeze line. We had the foray in Kirksville, south of Kirksville, around Bowling Green. Further north than that, it froze, like on the 24th, I believe. So it made all the baby morels disintegrate. So we had to drive on the foray an hour and a half south to even find anything. Hey Fisher, come here. You want to get on video? Everybody's wondering what happened to Fisher. Yeah, here's Fisher. Yeah, he's a good boy. All right. Montana. One report in the lower elevation of landscape morel. In North Carolina, we still had a couple pictures come in higher elevations there. Nebraska is doing super good. It's peaking out. It's going to do epic in Nebraska. Nevada, we had a report in Nevada, Reno, I think. Landscape, I believe, too. One report of a black in New Mexico, around 8,000 feet. We had one report in New Hampshire. Little babies. New Jersey, we had a report. New York, we're starting to get a few reports. Ohio, southern half is almost past peak, and the central is starting to peak now. So the Ohio foray this coming weekend should be absolutely awesome. Oregon, it's going slow out there. They had another cold spell out there as well, had snow again, but they're finding blondes and blacks out there. Pennsylvania, southern half of the state is almost at peak. And mountainous areas still going slow, still been cool. Utah, had a report from Utah. Virginia, it's at peak. Washington State, we've gotten anything from landscape morels to blacks. To blonde, Morel americana under cottonwoods. Wisconsin starting to show a few baby grays and a couple blacks in the southern part. West Virginia is at peak, except in the higher elevations up to around 4,000 feet. And then we also had a report in Ontario, Canada. Scotland, it's kind of interesting, as a half-breed Morel. France is still doing well. France has had one of the most epic Morel seasons ever there. And cool pictures from Switzerland. The forecast for the next 7 to 10 days, it's still a really slow warm up, like in Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Galena, where we're having the foray. They had a couple inches of snow, but it was 80 the day before, so it melted real quick. I don't think it hurt anything. But Michigan is a real slow warm up, and New England is pretty slow. I'd say a week to 10 days behind normal springs. But I've been right on target with my 2019 forecast that I did way back in early March, because I said some of the areas are going to be epic, and they were. And it's looking that way. I think Michigan, the northern part of Michigan, is going to be really epic this in the next 2-3 weeks. I think you're going to be finding morels in northern Michigan all the way into mid-June. New England is still going to continue to progress northward. Kansas is going to peak out in the north. Missouri is going to peak out in the north. Iowa is going to really come on strong in the next week or so. Southern Wisconsin and southern Minnesota is probably going to start showing a lot more. And then Nebraska is definitely going to peak all the way through. There's random reports in the mountain states. And then out west, it's still a slow progression. Not much more than around 4,000 feet elevation on the coastal areas of Oregon. And then, like, I have a Washington foray the 1st of June out there in Natchez, and it's around 3,000 to 4,000 feet elevation. No signs of anything yet. I think we're going to hit it just right. And it's starting to warm up, and they've had rain. They had plenty of snow out there too. It's been a great season so far. There's been epic areas. There's been average areas. Been very few below average areas. So hope you're having a great season, and I'll see you in about 7 to 10 days. Have happy hunting.